What's up, travellers? Welcome back to the channel. SJ Aviation HQ here. Welcome back to the channel today. So I have a massive unboxing for you guys today, but of course before anything else, go ahead and leave a thumbs up below. Great indication of how much you enjoyed today's video and of course the content here on this channel. Whilst you're there, support me even further by subscribing to the channel below, and whilst you're there, ding the bell icon to be notified for video live when videos go live onto the channel. Make sure you have the all options selected so you get the notifications as soon as the videos go live onto the channel, as mentioned before. As mentioned, today we have a massive unboxing, the first of the year for 2026. Quite a significant amount of models should be in today's box. Up to 13 model aircraft will be in today's box, so I cannot wait to get into this box. But of course, must give a massive shout out to my mate Alvin Louis. You can see his name right on the top of the box there, for supplying these model aircraft for me. More models will be coming on later on in the year. Do stay tuned for more massive unboxing later on in the year. The cool thing about this package is that this package flew on Cathay Pacific flight 113 from Hong Kong to Auckland. Arrived on February the 12th into New Zealand, and that corresponding flight was the lettuce livery, the retro lettuce livery. So I can say that I have special ties with that retro livery now, as of course this box was loaded onto that particular aircraft. So I cannot wait to get that model later on in the year. That will be in the next package for sure, I promise you guys, for sure. But without any further ado, I'm going to go and start unboxing this package. A350s, 787s, 747s, and some narrow bodies as well should be in this package for sure. So as mentioned, without further ado, let's go ahead and unbox this package. So I'm going to get into the video, slightly bring it towards me. Let's go ahead and unbox the package. Doing a terrible job. There we go, there's the seam. As of course, I must mention that my model unboxings aren't exactly the most professional thing you'll see on this channel. Of course, these unboxings are not scripted, so your reaction is, that you get from me is definitely going to be, live. Of course, it's going to be as raw as I can get. I must point out that this is definitely not a model terminal, as of course my airport doesn't require a terminal at this stage. I must say that Alvin definitely did a good job with the packaging on this one. If you want to go ahead and check him out, do some retail with him, go ahead and check out his Instagram link in the description below in the shout out area as always. Not too sure if he has a Facebook page, but if he does, I'll put that also in the description below. I have to support him, as of course he supports me a lot in terms of supplying these model aircraft. If you did miss out on the most recent mega unboxing that I did on this channel, go ahead and check it out, top right corner right about now, just up there. Very cool. So yeah, very nice to have model aircraft in my collection for the first time this year. Very happy indeed. Going to just turn the package around just like that to get these flaps open. As you can see, more packaging. I'll just tilt the camera up for you guys. Very nice. More packaging. Very nice. This will come in handy for when the models that I have for sale purchased. I do have models for sale. Go ahead and contact me via my Instagram page. You can go straight to that via the QR code you can see on the screen now, or there will be a link in the description below. So not too sure how I'm going to be able to get these models out, as of course they are quite secure in the package. Apologies for all the noise that you can hear. Just going to get some of this packaging out so I can get into the bubble wrap. Very nice. So let's put that aside. There are two main parts of this unboxing, so I'm going to try my best in terms of navigating through it all. You can probably see a box just here. This is probably the one that I was looking forward to the most, so I'm going to go straight into unboxing this package, this side of the unboxing first. So let's see if I can reveal this out like that. Very nice. I'll just put it back in again, as of course I've got the opening right here. So let's go ahead and get this opened. I do realise that I kind of fluff around a lot when it comes to these unboxings, so I'm going to try and open this as quickly as I can. And if I can salvage some of these bits of bubble wrap if I can. So the first of the unboxings, or the models that we'll see in today's unboxing, is probably the only one of the narrow bodies in today's video, and that of course is this Hawaiian Airlines Airbus A321neo. Very nice to have this in my collection. I'm going to be putting this on the Honolulu SJ International Airport service via Rarotonga in the Cook Islands, as of course they do operate between Honolulu and Rarotonga with the 321neo. Very nicely done, of course, by NG Models. Very cool. I have announced on my Instagram page that I'm going to be keeping Hawaiian Airlines separate from Alaska Airlines, so that of course is definitely in play once I get the Alaska 787-9. So very nicely done. So first one in today's video, probably the only narrow body that will be seen in today's video, so we'll check that out later on in the video. Very nicely done. Let's see if I can get any more out of this package. Okay, the next one we'll be seeing in today's package is the first of the Dreamliners, and this of course is the Korean Air Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, released by NG Models. Very nicely done. This is going to be a direct replacement of my current one by Phoenix Models, which is currently for sale, so if you're interested in checking that out, again on my Instagram page. Very nicely done. As you can see in the new livery, of course I do have the 787-10, the A330, and of course the 747-8 in this livery, so very nice to have the -9. This of course was the first 787 to be delivered to Korean Air, Hotel Lima 8081. Very cool. Cannot wait to get into this package or this model. Very nice. So let's put that off to the side for now. Very cool. So on to the next one, probably the easiest one to access, is this French B Airbus A350-1000 by Aero Polaris. This is likely to have a little placard in the box. I wonder if we can just have a wee sneak peek of the model. There it is, looking fantastic, and you can see the little placard in the background. Perhaps you can probably see it better up the top here. Very nice. This is my first A350-1000 for French B. I do have the 900. I do have a 900 coming in very soon by NG Models, so very cool. Very nice. This will be my first, the first showcasing of a wide body by this brand, so very cool indeed. Go ahead and check them out. Of course I do have a 737 by them already, so let's put that off to the side for now and get cracking on to the next one. Next one that I'll be showcasing in this unboxing, or in this portion of the unboxing, is this All Nippon Airways Boeing 777-300ER course the ER standing for extended range. This is by, of course, Aviation 400 just there. This comes in as my first ever 777 from ANA or Nippon Airways. Cannot wait to check this model out. I love the livery on the 777, so that I am definitely going to be looking forward to seeing this. This should come with the magnetic gears as well, so looking forward to seeing how they go. I can't say that I'm much of a fan of the magnetic gears, but I do like the innovation behind them. So very nicely done, and we'll be definitely psyched up to check that out. The next one that I'll be showcasing in this portion of the video is this Turkish Cargo Boeing 777 freighter, as you can see in the orange box of EW Wings, a sub-brand of JC Wings. So this should be in the JC Wings mold, so very nicely done. This is probably the only thing you'll see of branding. There should be a little placard in the box as well at the bottom of it, so we'll check that out later on in the video. So very nicely done. The last two in this portion of the unboxing, on this side perhaps, is the first one. We have the Qantas Boeing 747-400. Cannot wait to see what this looks like, by Mark Birds. Should be a sub-brand of HX models, so this should be in the HX models mold. This isn't the one that comes with the 5 engines. This should be the flaps up configuration of the normal one, with the Rolls-Royce RB211s. So very nicely done. Of course, I do have the Gemini Jets mold or release that was released some years ago. Had done a model review of it. Check it out, top right corner right up there right about now. Very nicely done. But that, of course, the Gemini Jets one is with the General Electric engines. I think that's Oscar Echo Hotel, I believe it is. This one, of course, Oscar Juliet Sierra, so one of the ones with the Rolls-Royce engines. So cannot wait to check this out. I'm a huge fan of the Qantas 747, but I do have quite a sentimental sentimental memories with the 747 with Qantas. So very nicely done. So I'll put that off to the side just for now. And the last one in this side of the package is probably the most exciting one that I will be seeing in today's unboxing, and that of course is this Boeing 747-400 with Qantas in the Wunala Dreaming Aboriginal livery. I cannot wait to see what this looks like, of course being by HX models in this bag, which I'll take out before I unbox the model in the unboxing part of the video. So very cool indeed. Cannot wait to see what this looks like in person. It does sound like it has a stand. I can hear a stand as soon when I shake the box. So very excited to see what this model looks like. So we'll put that off to the side just over here. Very nicely done. Let's take this bit of bubble wrapping out, put it down on the floor down there, and let's crack on with the next of the unboxings. You can see quite a few goodies down there, so very cool. Let's go ahead and crack on with this. Very nice. Always an awesome feeling as a model collector to receive new models in the mail, especially when you've been waiting for a while. But I mean that is the kind of the deal that I have with Alvin. He's quite what's the word? He's able to hold on to the models, which is very nice of him. So I can pay them off as I go. That's pretty much the reason why all of the models come in bulk these days. So very cool. So the first one of the other side of the unboxing, or in this portion of the unboxing, is the China Airlines Airbus A350-1000 in the carbon fiber livery, released by Polaris. So very nicely done. I love the box design, especially on this panel here. Let's have a wee sneak peek at the model. There it is, looking absolutely fantastic. The ironic thing with this one is this one here was purchased just before NG Models decided to make it as a future release, so this should be very near to the NG Models mold, but I'm looking forward to seeing what this looks like regardless. So very nicely done. This is a direct replacement to the one I have by Phoenix Models. So cannot wait to see what this looks like. Just going to put that off to the side just there. The next one from Polaris, and the last one of the Polaris brands or branded models in this unboxing, is this Virgin Atlantic Airbus A350-1000, also released by Polaris just there. This one is Victor Tango Echo Alpha. This should be Rosie Lee, I believe. If I am incorrect in saying that, the correct information will be in the bottom screen of the screen right about now for you guys. If not, that won't be there. So very nicely done. This should come in as my fourth 350-1000 for Virgin Atlantic. There it is, sitting pretty in the box just there. Cannot wait to check this out. I hope Polaris comes out with some 787s for the brand, for Virgin Atlantic. As you can see, a nice box art here. It's just that portion. The rest of the box is just the usual Polaris. There's the bottom of the box there, with the bottom of the aircraft looking rather cool. So very nicely done. Cannot wait to check this out. So I'll put that off to the side there. There's 4 more aircraft in this package. The next one I will showcase will be this one here, a special livery that I am looking forward to checking out, which of course is the Starlux Airlines Airbus A350-1000 in the carbon fiber livery. Let's see if I can get the side on bit of the aircraft. It is very, very nicely done. Cannot wait to see what this model looks like. No doubt Alvin's put some bubble wrapping in the cradle, which will be quite nice to see. Of course, Bravo-58551 being the registration of this model. Cannot wait to see what Starlux looks like with the silver and gold liveries that they're doing on a few of their aircraft. I think it is 5.3 being the silver and 5.4 being the gold livery. Cannot wait to see what they look like. We'll definitely get the models for sure, depending on what the liveries look like. So very cool. This one will probably be the last one that I showcase in terms of the box of the models, because I'll be doing it in alphabetical order. Just realized that I just put out the Virgin Atlantic, so that will probably be the last one. So this should be the second to last. So very nicely done. So I'll put that off to the side just here. 3 more to go in this this portion of the unboxing. I'll bring this one here to the table just here, and this one being the Air China Boeing 747-400, released by NG Models. As you can see, based on the wrapping, this was a pickup from the November or late November NG Models exchange event. Let me know in the comments below what you ended up getting. This is one of the 2 models that I got. The next one will be the second one. So very nicely done. The reason why I went ahead and got this one is because this airframe recently came to Christchurch, my home city, my home city's international airport, and of course this the registration matched up with the airframe that came to Christchurch, so that's pretty much the only reason why I got it. So it will come in as a VIP aircraft, so very nicely done. So I'll put that off to the side just there. So the next one of the unboxing, the second to last of the models showcased in the unboxing. And everything just fell over, very nice. This of course is the second of the pickups from that November exchange mall, and the second and the last of the Dreamliners in today's video, or this the unboxing part. This of course being the United Airlines Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner released by NG Models. Again, another one picked up in the November exchange event in the Evo blue livery. I do have the other one that came in the exact same release. Have done a model review of it. Check it out, top right corner right about now. Go ahead and check that out if you wish to, of course. Otherwise, it'll be linked in the description below. So very nicely done. Cannot wait to check this out, as I am quite a fan of the United Dreamliners. And the last of the models showcased in today's video is one that that was pretty much the last of the purchases for this unboxing. Purchased just before it was shipped, and purchased on the day that the Seahawks won the Super Bowl in recent times. The Boeing company Boeing 747-8 freighter with the Seattle Seahawks livery. So very nicely done, of course released by HX Models. I'm a huge fan of the Seahawks. Again, I mentioned just before that this was purchased on the day that the Seahawks won the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. So very nicely done. So cannot wait to see what this looks like. Hopefully it isn't the one that has the opened nose. It shouldn't be. It should be the one that has the closed nose. Very nicely done. Cannot wait to check this out. So I'll put that off to the side just there, and if I can move these models off to the side and show you guys that was the last of the models in today's package. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start the official unboxing part of the showcasing of the models next. So let's go ahead and do that for you guys. And here is the first of the models showcased in today's video, this being the Air China Boeing 747-400 released by NG Models. This aircraft here is a 26-year-old Boeing 747-400. It was delivered to Air China on May the 2nd of the year 2000 and was released by NG Models in their May 2025 release. So that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the model. First, of course, opening the model from the left hand side of the box and getting the cradle out. I should also mention that this is my first ever 747 from NG Models, so it will be a definite must see for me. So here is the first of the little knickknacks that we see in today's box. Definitely going to be interesting to see what this does. Little placard in today's box, and we'll check out what that does after the video is being filmed for you guys. And of course here is the CRP card that will go straight onto my account when this video has concluded. So let's put that off to the side. Here is the most important part of this portion of the video, or the showcasing of the model in general. Get this cradle off the top like that, and then get the model out for you guys, taking off the protective sleeve and getting the model out. And as you can see, this model is an absolute pearler. So I'm just going to zoom in ever so slightly, and here it is. What a stunning piece of engineering. They have truly done the 747 justice there. There's the inboard part of the winglet there, and the exterior of the winglet just in the shot just there, if I can get it to focus. There you go. Very nicely done. Very happy with the look of the 747. This will get this, as I mentioned before during the unboxing phase of the video or stage, this will come in as a VIP aircraft, as of course Air China do not operate the 747s, the 400 variant that is on passenger operations. We'll definitely go ahead and look to get the -8 BBJ later on in the year, if it is available on in the next exchange event, which should be in April. So that should be very good to look forward to. Very nicely done. Let's have a short look at the underside of the aircraft, just trying to get a good grip there. Now the landing gears, they do indeed roll. Get a better view of it for you guys. There we go, they do indeed roll. These gears don't tilt, but they do indeed roll, as I just mentioned before. Get a nice side view of them for you guys. As you can see, rolling quite freely. Now the tail fin, that is straight, very nicely done, very good. So the Air China Boeing 747-400 released by NG Models. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the next of the models showcased in this portion of the video, this being the All Nippon Airways Boeing 777-300ER released by Aviation 400. Now this aircraft here is a 7-year-old Boeing 777-300ER, was delivered to All Nippon Airways on June the 28th of 2019, and it was released by Aviation 400 in their August 2025 release. So let's go ahead and check out the model. So looking forward to seeing what this one looks like. As I mentioned when I showcased the box of it earlier on in the video, this is my first ever All Nippon Airways 777 in my collection, and that of course being the 300ER. So very nicely done. Looking forward to seeing what this looks like. You can already see that the gears are sitting off to the side here, so very interesting. Probably the first time that I've had an Aviation 400 model arrive in my collection that has the magnetic gears, or to have the magnetic gears sit on the side of the cradle. Usually they're in the same bag as these little things here, so I'll put them off to the side. I'm not really wanting to take the magnetic gears out of the model as soon as they go in to the part of where the landing gears go into. Just going to remove some of this bubble wrapping and get the model out of the cradle there. So very nice. I'll put the landing gears on in a wee moment, but here is the model looking absolutely fantastic. Very, very nicely done. Love the mold by AV400. They do a fantastic job with their 777s. Probably the first time I've seen the APU looking quite clean there. The prongs don't stick out like the recent releases by NG Models or JC Wings. They have done quite a flush job there. Very nicely done. Here is where the landing gears would go into, and here's where the nose gear would go into. The dual beacon light looking fantastic, and the GE90s looking rather nicely done there. Let's get a closer view of them. Let's see if I can get a focusing on them. Look at the fan blades, The detail in the fan blades and the spinner there looking rather nicely done indeed. If you want me to do a model review over this particular model, comment below and I'll get that done for you guys. The top of the cockpit looking rather dirty there. Don't know if that's a wee chip there of paint. I'll just have a wee look up close. Does look to be interesting there. Then even the nose cone has a wee bit of dirt on it, so not too sure what's going on there. But the beacon light looking rather nice. Tail fin, let's have a look if the tail fin is straight. Does look to be straight to the naked eye, so very nicely done. Let's put the gears in. So if I can get some of the landing gear out, as they are quite snug. Do bear with me here, guys. Seems the landing gear. Sorry, the landing gear. Excuse me there, guys. It seems like the landing gear were stuck in there. So let's get this in. So this seems to be trying to figure out what side this landing gear goes into. This looks to be this one. It is very good. Let's get the other one out of the box and into the model like so. Very good. Looking rather nice with the landing gears in. And let's get the nose gear out if I can. There we go, bit of noise there, my apologies. Just trying to figure out which way it goes in, and it looks like it goes in like that. So very nicely done. The model does look a lot better with the landing gear, or the landing gear in. And of course the landing gears do rotate slightly. I don't know if this is in properly, as of course the landing gears are they're not meant to tilt like that, they're meant to tilt the other way. So perhaps they aren't to tilt or anything, but they do roll on the axis. As you can see, the nose gear doing a good job there, and the landing gear doing a good job there. Not too sure what that little bit is on the backward gear. So very nicely done. All Nippon Airways Boeing 777-300ER by Aviation 400. This one registered as Juliet Alpha 795 Alpha. So let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the third of the model aircraft showcased in this portion of the video, this being the Boeing company Boeing 747-8 freighter in the Seattle Seahawks livery. Now this aircraft here is a 13-year-old Boeing 747-8 freighter with the registration November 770 Bravo Alpha. This aircraft here was delivered or rolled out from the Boeing factory on January the 22nd of 2013. Currently operates for UPS Airlines. I'll put the registration of the aircraft on the screen right about now for you guys, and maybe even an image of the aircraft. And this aircraft here was released by HX Models in the September 2025 release. So let's go ahead and get this model out of its box. So as mentioned, I purchased this model straight after the Super Bowl 60, where the Seattle Seahawks won against the New England Patriots. So apologies for any of the Patriots fans watching today's video. So here is the model. Very nicely done. Lots of knickknacks in the box there. I wondered if there was a stand. Don't know. I think it must have been in this bag here, because this bag here is rather destroyed. So we'll put that off to the side just there. And here, of course, is that stand that I was referring to just a moment ago. I will not be using this. I believe it goes in like that, perhaps. I'm not too sure. But I do not really put my models on a stand, so that will go off to the side. So here is some more knickknacks in this box before we go ahead and check out the model itself. We've got a little placard here that we'll likely see in the Qantas 747s as well. I do like this sort of thing with the model brands of HX models and YY Wings, as of course YY Wings is a sub-brand, I believe, of HX models, or it might be vice versa. I would like to see the likes of Gemini Jets, NG models, Phoenix models, JC Wings come out with sort of something like this, sort of like a collection piece for us model collectors. I won't be taking it out of the plastic bag because I do not want it to get dusty or ruined. But as you can see, it does have the specs and the metric unit, and of course the variant of the engines that for this one being the GenX 2 Bravo 67 engine. The GenX 1 Bravo is on the 787, so very nicely done. And let's get the model out. As you can see, with the closed nose there. Other variants is of course the open nose, the flaps down, open nose with the flaps up. So very cool. So I don't really like the interactive series of model aircraft. More pieces to worry about, really. And I have to keep a close eye on. And I mean, for this being a freighter aircraft, let's say if the open nose gets lost, then you pretty much have a model with an opened a massive hole in the front of the aircraft that will probably be incompliant to fly. So yeah, more parts, don't really like them. So anyway, here is this model, looking absolutely fantastic. This was the last of the purchases of these 13 model aircraft. Wanted it as soon as the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Here is the large 12. The Seattle Seahawks fan base is known as the 12. I can definitely say that I am one of them. The 12th man. Very nicely done. Here is the Seahawks logo there. Here are the engines with the chevrons on the rear of the engines there. Let's have a wee look at the landing gear. They do a good job. They tilt and they roll. As you can see, beautiful shape of the stand hole there. Very nicely detailed. Might do a model review of this one. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see a model review of this model particular. Very nicely done. Let's have a wee look at the other side. As of course it is different, as it said, has the spirits of the 12s, Go Hawks, and then hashtag ladder, as of course that is one of the hashtags for the fan base that pack up that go into Lemon Field, the main stadium for where the Seahawks play. And then on the bottom of the box we can see, the bottom of the model, we can see Go Hawks. Very nicely done. Can say that as a Seahawks fan myself, that this model will go very nicely in my collection. Would be nice to see if Boeing puts this livery on a 787, as of course the 787-9 was also produced in Boeing. It was Everett, of course. So it will be very nice to see if that comes out on a 787-8 or -9. So here is the Seattle Seahawks livery on this Boeing 747-8 released by HX Models, of course the -8 freighter. So let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the next of the models showcased in this video, the fourth of the 13 model aircraft, this being the China Airlines Airbus A350-900 released by Polaris, wearing the carbon fiber livery. This aircraft being an 8-year-old Airbus A350-900 XWB delivered to China Airlines on October the 22nd of 2018, and this model here was released by Polaris in their August 2025 release. Let's go ahead and showcase the model. Opening it from the left hand side as always. Now this box should also come with some wee knickknacks. There's the model in the cradle. So what else is in the box here? We have this little this stand board here with the parking instructions here. So we've got the narrow bodies in this one, 330, 787-9, and of course this aircraft would be on this one here. Very nicely done. Won't be using that as of course I do have an airport mat in the background here. And this box also comes with a placard on the top of the box. So let me just get this out. Here it is here. Looking rather nice with the 2D rendering of the aircraft there, but on the back of it we have number 161 and of course the nicely done background with the China Airlines Airbus A350 in the background. Very cool. I love it when model brands do this sort of thing. As I mentioned before with the Seattle Seahawks 747, I hope and kind of wish that Gemini Jets NG models would do this sort of thing. It would be a nice wee collection piece for us model collectors. So very cool. Put that off to the side. Just noticed that the interior of the wee flat had some nice details, which I'll show after I showcase the model, I guess. So let's get the model out of its cradle. Let's zoom in quite a bit there, and let's get the model out of the cradle here. Very nicely done. Just take off this protective stuff that Alvin has kindly put on the model. And here is the gorgeous Airbus A350 by Polaris, and immediately I can see some dirt on the front part of the fuselage just here. I must say that the model is quite slippery. I'm not too sure what is causing that, but here is the model looking rather fancy indeed. Let's have a wee look if the gears roll. They do not tilt on the axis, so it's similar to NG models. This one does. Interesting, but this one doesn't. Oh, it does. Here we go. Very cool. And here is the tailplane of this aircraft looking fantastic. I don't really like the slipperiness of the aircraft. Very nice done with the tail fin there. Very nice. Here is the inboard part of the sharklet, if I can get it into the shot. There we go. And here is the exterior of the sharklet, if I can focus on it for you guys. There you go. Really nice. I do like this model. apart from how slippery it is. Let me have a look if the tail finished straight. Yes, kind of to the naked eye. Here is the inboard part of the engines, looking rather nice. Nicely detailed fan blades. I do quite like that a lot. But here is the China Airlines A350-1000 released by Polaris. Very nicely done. First showcasing of an A350 by the brand. So very cool indeed. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the next of the model showcased in this portion of the video, this being the 5th of the 13 model aircraft, and of course the French B Airbus A350-1000 released by Polaris. This aircraft being a 4-year-old Airbus A350-1000 registered as Foxtrot-Hotel Mike India Bravo. This aircraft here was delivered to French B Airlines on December the 8th of 2022 and was released by Polaris in their August 2025 release. Now I did just realize that I didn't showcase the inboard part of the flap of the box of the China Airlines A350-900, so we'll do that first for this video, for this for this aircraft. Now just going to tilt the camera up there, and there is the inboard part of the aircraft, of the box here, with the 2D rendering of the box, and of course that little placard that I'll just showcase for you guys just now, looking rather fancy indeed. So we'll put that off to the side. So let's get the box back into the shot and get the aircraft out for you guys. Very nicely done. Now that little parking bay is also in this box as well, as you can see. Again, won't be used for this aircraft, as of course I do have an airport layout just for that exact thing. Now let's get this aircraft out of its cradle. My first ever French B Airbus A350-1000 in 400 scale, so am very delighted to have this model arrive into my collection, of course. And let's get this model out of its cradle. Just going to take out the protective sleeve first. Protective sleeves, as there's quite a few of them. Get this little bubble wrapping off the model. Very nice. And let's get this aircraft up close to the camera, and there she is. How gorgeous does this model look? With the triple bogies, looking rather nice. Let's get a wee zoom in. Very nice, tilting freely on the axis there. Very nicely done. Love the French B livery, but despite it being a blue livery, very nicely done. Looking forward to my next French B aircraft arriving into my collection in the near future. Another one of the NG models, French B 900 variant. Here is the inboard of the sharklet here, looking rather nice. Looks like they got the sharklet spot on. And here is the exterior of the sharklet, looking rather nicely done indeed. Definitely thinking about doing a model review of this aircraft, as if of course you would like me to do that. Comment below and I'll get that out as soon as I can. Now, and of course, if you see any of the aircrafts that you'd like to see done as a mod review, of course, just as I mentioned, comment below, and I'll get that done for you guys. So here, of course, was the French B Airbus A350-1000 released by Aero Polaris. So let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the next one of the aircraft showcased in the unboxing portion of this video here. This of course being the Hawaiian Airlines Airbus A321neo, the only one of the narrow bodies in this video. This aircraft being a 6-year-old Airbus A321neo registered as November 228 Hotel Alpha, was delivered to Hawaiian Airlines on December the 10th of 2019, and it was released by NG Models in their October 2025 release. So let's go ahead and check out the model. Very nice, very happy to finally have another of the narrow bodies in my collection, as of course I do have quite a large collection of wide bodies. So very nicely done. Hawaiian Airlines being one of my favorite liveries on the 321neo, and of course the Dreamliner in general, or aircraft in general. I do have the 787 by Gemini Jets, and I also have the 330 by Gemini Jets. Will not be selling the 787 that I have, which is unfortunately now repainted into the Alaska livery. Here of course is the CRP card that I'll be adding to my NG account as soon as the video has concluded. Must reiterate, or however you say that word, must say again, there we go, that I will not be you know, combining the two airlines. I'll be keeping Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines separate on my airports network. I don't really want to get into the subject, but I will say quite noticeably here that I do not like the way that Alaska Airlines is pretty much you know, destroying the brand of Alaska Airlines, especially with their Dreamliners. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that, but I will definitely go ahead and get the Dreamliner anyways. Of course it is a 787, so yeah, I don't know if anyone else out there agrees with what I just said. I feel like it's quite degrading in a way for the Hawaiian people, having their brand completely erased from the Dreamliners, and to operate to Hawaii out of Seattle, operated by Alaska Airlines or Hawaiian Airlines when it is in Hawaii within a Alaska livery. Yeah, very interesting indeed. So this aircraft coming in is my first Hawaiian narrow body. It looks very, very nice indeed with this livery. As you can see, the lighting probably doesn't do it justice in my room at the moment, but definitely looking forward to taking photos of this aircraft on my Instagram page. Check out the link in the description below to lead you where you need to go, straight to my Linktree page, or for immediate access, go ahead and scan the QR code you can see on the screen now. That'll lead you straight to my Linktree page for easier access. Very nicely done. Love this model a lot. Probably not zoomed in enough if I say so myself, so let's get right in there. Let's go in some more, shall we? Looking rather detailed for a narrow body aircraft. Not too sure what the variant is of these engines here, so I'll put that in the bottom of the screen right about now for you guys. But as you can see, looking rather nice. Very nice indeed. I love the colouring on the tail fin there. So very cool. As I mentioned when I showcased the box at the start of the video, this aircraft will be doing the Honolulu Rarotonga service when coming down to Ashton International Airport. Be operating as Hawaiian, not Alaska, so very cool. So this of course was the Hawaiian Airlines A321neo, the only one of the narrow bodies in today's video. But of course, let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the 7th of the aircraft showcase in today's video, this being the Korean Air Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner released by NG Models, wearing the current new livery for Korean Air. This aircraft being a 9-year-old Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, and it was delivered to Korean Air as the first ever 787 for the Korean Air fleet on February the 22nd of 2017, and it was released by NG Models in their December 2025 release. So let's go ahead and showcase the model. As I mentioned, I've already got the A330-300 and of course the 787-10 by NG Models. The 747 that I have was released by HX Models. So very nicely done, or it might have been YY Wings. I think it might have been YY Wings, not gonna lie. So here is the model in the cradle there, and of course here is the CRP card that I will be using as soon as the video has concluded. Nothing else in the box there to speak of. So let's get the model out of the cradle here. The first of the the first of the two 787s showcased in today's unboxing video. The next one will probably be the second to last of the models showcased in today's video, so some time away yet. So let's get the model out of the cradle, just taking off the protective stuff here. So putting that off to the side and getting this absolutely gorgeous aircraft up close to the camera. And here it is. I must say it is quite shiny in terms of the glittering effect on the fuselage, but I will say quite confidently it's probably the best rendition of the new livery in the scale. Aviation 400, in my opinion, is far too dark and far too glittery. Not too sure what Phoenix has done, but I'm pretty sure they're quite dark. They usually are quite dark in color, rather than being accurate, of course. But I think NG Models does the best job in terms of the livery. I do wish that model companies would just do one tone instead of adding this sort of like glitter stuff on the livery. It does look quite tacky once you've noticed it, but overall quite a nice model, very nicely done. Let's have a look and see if the landing gear do their job in terms of rolling gears. As you can see, they definitely do roll. They do not tilt on the axis, just like most other NG Models releases. Fan blades looking rather nice in there. And of course here is the nose gear, looking rather nice. Hotel Lima 8081 also seen on the wing just there. Very nicely done with the new tail design, looking rather nice. Let me just have a wee look and see if the tail fin is straight. It very much is, looking rather nicely done indeed. The belly titles looking rather nice there as well, so very cool. Looking forward to seeing what this livery looks like on the Airbus A380 and of course the Airbus A220, as of course I am quite a fan of the 220 family. Very interested to see who goes out and orders the up and coming Airbus A220-500, the stretched variant of the 220 family. But anyway, This here being the Korean Air 787-9 Dreamliner released by NG Models. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the 8th of the aircraft showcase in today's video, and of course probably the most exciting one that I will showcase in today's video, this being the Qantas Boeing 747-400 wearing the Wunala Dreaming Aboriginal livery. This aircraft here is a 37-year-old Boeing 747-400, was delivered to Qantas Airways on September the 15th of 1989 and was released by HX Models in their August 2025 release. Have just noticed some very interesting decals or details on the box. This here is not the accurate logo here. This is probably taken from the current logo, and of course the shape of the tail fin there. But anyway, let's go ahead and showcase the model. If this model is in good nick, it would most definitely be a model review coming soon onto the channel. I must say the cradle is very difficult to move. I am doing my utmost best not to force it too much. Wow, this is very difficult to take out. Right, I don't know why that was so difficult, but the cradle is now out of the box, as you can see. So we've also have a stand here. Very interesting stuff. I will not be using this because I do not use, sorry, it wasn't in the shot. I will not use this stand here because I do not put my model aircraft on a stand unless it is to scale. Here is the little placard there that comes with every other HX Models or YY Wings release, looking rather nicely done indeed. Very nice with the RB 211s with this livery. Now I'm very pumped to see what this model looks like. So let's get it focused and out of the cradle. We'll just move this bit here of the stand. So the top of the cradle is off the box, or off the model there, protective sleeve, and of course the protective bubble wrapping that Alvin puts in the models for me, keeping the model secure of course. And let's get this aircraft out. I must say that I am in awe because this aircraft is absolutely stunning. Let's get it zoomed in on and focused. How beautiful is this? Okay, we've got a problem here, fellas. This is not the aircraft that I was expecting. This one has the GE engines, has the GE registration, Oscar Echo Juliet, not Juliet Bravo. So I will be contacting my mate to get this sorted out. Interesting stuff. Either way, the model is very nice. Very nice mold of the aircraft, nicely detailed on the bottom. Quite a shame, as I was looking forward to having the Rolls-Royce engines, but I will see how I can go about and get this model replaced. Beautiful tail fin design of the old livery of Qantas. One of the liveries in the artwork. I'm not too sure what the name of the organisation is. I'll put it on the screen right about now. But of course they did have a 737-800 in a livery. They had the Mandua livery on the 737-800, the Dreamliner livery on the 787-9. Check it out, top right corner right about now by Aviation 400. They also have the Broccoli livery on the A320, the nickname of the livery there. And of course they have, I think they've had other ones as well, very nicely done. So here is, of course, is the Wunala Dreaming 747-400, not the one that I was expecting to receive, but this one here was this particular airframe was the last aircraft, the last 747 to be retired from the fleet. So here we have the Qantas 747-400 in the Wunala Dreaming livery by HX Models. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the next one of the models showcased in this portion of the video, the 9th of the 13 aircraft showcased in today's video. This being the Qantas Boeing 747-400 in the old livery, the latest of the liveries that was on the 747 variant. This aircraft here, Oscar Juliet Sierra, is a 26-year-old Boeing 747-400, was delivered to Qantas Airways on September the 30th of 1999 and was released by HX Models in September 2025 release. Let's go ahead and get the model out of its box. Hopefully this is the one with the RB211s, because it'd be quite a shame to have both of the Qantas models being incorrect models. Might have been a bit of a mishap in terms of the shipping perhaps, but I can say, I'm just going to have a wee look at the engines. These are the RB211s, as you can see just there. They are definitely the RB211s, but she probably couldn't be able to see due to the unfocusing there. Here is the wee placard that comes with the model and the details there. Interesting how they've included the new logo when this is not the new livery. But anyway, let's go ahead and get the model out of the cradle, as I'm itching to get it out. We'll just zoom in whilst I'm doing that. Very nice. Apologies for the shaking of the camera there. Let's get this model out. Definitely got the RB211, so the correct model. And here is this aircraft. Let's zoom in. All of its glory. How good. Hamilton Island being the name of this aircraft. Hamilton Island located off the coast of Queensland in Australia. Very nice place in the Whitsundays. Haven't been there myself, but would definitely love to go there later on in the future. Very nicely done with the RB211s. Very nicely done. Love this livery on the Qantas 747. Was hoping that HX Models would come out with the old livery of the first one that Qantas got, Juliet Alpha, which is currently located in, I believe it's Wollongong, I believe it is. Very nicely done. I think it's in like Shell Harbour Airport with the Harms Museum. Over in Australia, in New South Wales, just south of Sydney. Very nicely done. Must be in this beautiful, beautiful mould here. Look at this. Lovely detailed stand hole there. The gears do rotate. They do tilt there on the gears there. Much like the nose gear as well. Very nicely done. Probably going to be a model review of this one, not gonna lie. looking forward to getting that out for you guys. Just gonna, sorry there, just gonna zoom in ever so slightly. So this of course was the Qantas Boeing 747-400 in the Qantas regular livery, the latest livery that there was on the 747, released by HX Models in their September 2025 release. Without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the next of the model showcase in this portion of the video, this being the Starlux Airways or Airlines Airbus A350-1000 wearing the carbon fiber livery. This aircraft being a brand new delivered Airbus A350-1000 was delivered to Starlux Airlines on December the 31st of 2025 and was released by NG Models in their November 2025 release. Let's go ahead and showcase the model. Another one of the models that I was looking forward to seeing in the flesh, in person of course. So let's go ahead and get it out for you guys. And there she is. Probably going to be another contender for a model review in the near future. If you want me to do that for you guys, I will definitely do that for you guys. Of course, here is the points card that I will be using after the video has concluded. Let's get the model out for you guys. Cannot wait to see what this model looks like up close to the camera. Just going to take off that bit of protective stuff on the model, and let's get the model up close for you guys. How beautiful does it look to the naked eye? Such a beautiful aircraft. I wonder if Starlux is going to be coming out with a regular livery on a Starlux A350-1000 like the one that they have on the 900 variant. But this is an absolute pearler of an aircraft. To the naked eye, it is such a beautiful model. Love the livery, love it so much. Must give a shout out to my mate Daniel, Fox Wolf Dog I believe is his name is on Discord. Go ahead and check his Instagram page out. I think it's FX Aviation on Instagram. His link will be in the description below. He's the one that influenced me to get the Starlux A350, this one here. So go ahead and check his Instagram out and support him on there. Very nicely done. It is such a beautiful model. Again, I mentioned released by NG Models in their November 2025 release. So very nicely done. Bravo-58551 being the registration, the first of the 350Ks for Starlux's fleet. The second and the third has been built. Of course, the third one to be painted into that silver livery. So looking forward to seeing that. The belly title's looking fantastic. Let's have a look and see if the gears tilt. Of course I don't tilt, of course, just like every other NG Models model there, but I did mean that they roll. Very nicely done. Nicely done on the rolling gears on the other side, and the nose gear looking rather good. Excuse me to just having a look at the straightness of the tail fin. Very nicely done. The Starlux Airbus A350-1000 released by NG Models in their November 2025 release. An absolute pearler of a model. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the next of the model showcase in this portion of the video, the third to last of the models. This being the Turkish Cargo Boeing 777 freighter by JC Wings, or the sub-brand EW Wings, as you can see the orange box there. This aircraft being registered Tango Charlie Lima Juliet Papa, a 7-year-old 777 freighter, was delivered to Turkish Cargo on December the 14th of 2018 and was released by JC Wings or EW Wings on in their July 2023 release. Let's go ahead and showcase the model. Now this sort of box has a unique design to it. All you really do is just lift up the top of the box like so. And there is the model sitting pretty in the box there. Taking out the inner flap there and getting the cradle out. As I mentioned, the little placard in the box as well, as you can see. Very, very nice. We'll keep it in the box momentarily, and then I'll get the model back into the shot just there. We'll zoom in as I am taking the model out of the cradle. This is not the first of my Turkish aircraft that was released by EW Wings or arrived in an orange box. Of course, I do have the A350-1000, also by EW Wings / JC Wings, and here is the model. I'm just gonna zoom in for you guys. Bit of a focus there, and here is the model. Very, very nice. Nice to have another freighter in my collection. As I mentioned before, with the All Nippon Airways aircraft, these prongs are quite, they stick out quite a lot. Let me see if I can get a better focus on it. There you go. As you can see, the All Nippon aircraft, being an aviation 400 mold, was flusher than this. These aren't really accurate here, but otherwise it looks an absolute pearler of an aircraft. Let's have a look at the landing gear, as they do roll on the gears. Very nicely done. Let's have a look on the interior of the engines there. Looking rather nice. And let's have a wee look at the tail fin. As you can see, nice and straight. Nice and straight. I am quite a fan of that. One of the pet peeves I have with my model collection is when the tail fin isn't straight. I know it's a handheld job, I suppose, but I mean, yeah, one of those things that I am quite particular in when my models arrive in my collection. If it has rolling gears and a straight tail fin. Looking rather nice on this side as well, with Turkish Cargo to the belly titles there. Looking rather nicely done indeed. Wonder if they're going to go ahead and get the 777-8 or the A350. I think they might have already released the 350 freighter perhaps. If not, then I hope they do in the future. But anyway, this being the Turkish Cargo 777 freighter released by JC Wings sub-brand EW Wings, a 7-year-old aircraft. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. And here is the next of the aircraft, the second to last of the models showcased in today's video, this being the United Airlines Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner released by NG Models. This one registered as November 26902. The other one of the releases of this aircraft in the same release. This aircraft, being a 13-year-old Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, was delivered to United Airlines on November the 21st of 2012 and was released in NG Models' April 2025 release. Let's go ahead and check out the model. So another one of the pickups from the November 2025 release. As I mentioned before, comment below what you got from that exchange event. Other one was, of course, that I got from that exchange event was, of course, the Air China 747-400, which of course was the first of the models showcased in this half of the video. This information here is something I definitely will not keep, but this one is definitely something that I will keep, the points card that I will put straight onto my account after the conclusion of the video. And as you can see, the model sitting pretty in the cradle there. Let's get it out of the cradle. And here it comes. Such a pretty aircraft. Only the second Dreamliner in today's video. Surprise, surprise. But the next unboxing will have a lot of Dreamliners, that's for sure. But here we have this United 787-8 looking absolutely flawless. Much like the other one that I had in the same release. Go ahead and check out the model review, I believe, of the other one that I did. If I have already advertised that, that will be in the description below in the model links there. So very nicely done at the top of the description. Looking absolutely fantastic, this model. Such a pearl of a livery. Have not seen the Evo Blue livery in person, but I have definitely seen a United 787-8. Very nicely done with the Star Alliance logo there on the nose of the aircraft. There it is, looking fantastic. Let's have a look at the belly of the aircraft. Such a beautiful detailed aircraft. Let's have a look at the gears. They do roll. Can say quite confidently that they roll indeed. And let's have a look at the straightness of the tail fin. To the naked eye, very nicely done. There you go. You can see that the tail fin is definitely straight. So the second to last of the models showcased in today's video, the United Airlines 787-8 Dreamliner, released by NG Models in their April 2025 release. Let's go ahead and check out the last of the models. And here is the last of the models in today's unboxing video, this being the Virgin Atlantic Airbus A350-1000 released by Aero Polaris. This one being nicknamed Rosie Lee, I believe. We'll have a look at that when showcasing the model up close to the camera for you guys. This aircraft, being a 6-year-old Airbus A350-1000, was delivered to Virgin Atlantic Airways on November the 30th of the year 2020 and was released by Aero Polaris in their August 2025 release. Let's go ahead and showcase the model. First and foremost, I will show you the inboard part of the flap, just like the French B model there. Let's have a wee look at that. As you can see, looking absolutely gorgeous indeed. Very nicely done with the little placard there, which I will showcase later on in this piece. So let's get the flap down, the model box back into the shop. and let's get it open. And here is the model in the cradle there. Just like the other models, comes with the parking bay. Again, will not be using it as I do have a model airport to do just that. We'll just take off the plaque from the inboard part of the box. Very nicely done. Let's get the model out of the cradle now. I believe this comes in as my fourth A350-1000 for Virgin Atlantic. I believe I have the Phoenix, I have the NG models, and I have the Aviation 400. I do have a second one by NG models coming in the future, that one being dedicated to Sir Elton John, with the SkyTeam logo on it. I don't think this one had a SkyTeam logo on it. You can't see it next to the door there. Let's get this aircraft up close to the camera, show it off for you guys. And here it is, an absolute perler of a model. There you go. As you can see, no, it doesn't have the flag on it. It doesn't have the Virgin flag on it, which is quite surprising there. Interesting. Very interesting. Is that a decal that they forgot to put on the model? Wonder if it's on the other side. We'll have a look at that in a moment. As you can see, the gears do roll. Very nicely done. With the beautiful tail livery of Virgin Atlantic just here. I love the red colour. My favourite of the British carriers, the two leading, of course, Virgin Atlantic and British Airways. Very, very nicely done with the Aero Polaris logo on the bottom of the aircraft there. Let's have a look at the other side of the aircraft, as I am, there we go, it is on the opposite side. Don't know why it wasn't on the other side. Interesting, as of course it is Rosie Lee. Very nicely done. There is the interior of what the sharklet looks like for Virgin Atlantic. There we go. And here is the exterior. Just a red outboard part of the sharklet. And the beautiful red tail fin. Very nicely done. And of course the belly tile is at the front of the fuselage just there. Looking rather nice. So we'll just put this on the airport for now, as I will just bring in the Virgin Atlantic plaque here. It is quite up close, if I say so myself. Looking rather nice. I like this sort of thing, as I've mentioned a few times in this video. Very nicely done. We'll be keeping that for sure. Now let's get the model up again. And this was the Virgin Atlantic Airbus A350-1000 released by Aero Polaris in their August 2025 release. Let's go ahead and do the outro for you guys. And that will do it for today's video, guys. The mega unboxing of these model aircraft here. 13 model aircraft arriving into my collection today. Unfortunately, the red Wunala Dreaming livery on the Qantas 747 will be sent back to the retailer and of course replaced, as of course it wasn't the model that I was intending to get. And of course the one that I will be looking forward to with the red RU211 engines will be in the next unboxing on the channel, of course the mega unboxing on the channel. But anyway, if you like what you saw in today's video and you want to support my channel even further, go ahead and leave a thumbs up below for indication of how much you enjoyed today's video and of course the content here on this channel. Whilst you're there, support me even further by subscribing to the channel below and of course get the notification bell on set the options to all to receive all of the notifications as soon as the videos go live here on the channel. Go ahead and leave any of your thoughts below. Which model would you like to see a model review of that you can see on the screen now? I'll get that model review out in the near future. Definitely going to be doing a model review of that Starlux A350, and of course perhaps that's Seahawks 747, and maybe even the All Nippon Airways 777. But leave any of your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you like what you saw? Of course, leave any of your thoughts below as mentioned before. Go ahead and scan the QR code you can see on the screen now. That will lead you straight to my Instagram page for Ashton International Airport. That will be the one place where you go to see the HD photos of any of these models, the model boxes, and of course other model aircraft that are in my collection, and of course ins and outs of my route network, or for my airport, of course, and of course my realms on social media. Go ahead and scan the QR code you can see on the screen now. That will lead you straight to my Linktree page, the one place for all of my social media links in one full place for easier access, of course. But of course, if you don't have the means to scan any of those QR codes you just saw a moment ago, there are additional links in the description below, as well as the links to my shout out area, and of course to go ahead and check out Alvin. A massive thanks to you, mate, for sending these model aircraft to me, and of course being lenient enough to hold on to the models so when I can pay them off in due course. Anyway, if you like what you saw and you want to go ahead and check out some more videos like this, go ahead and see the end screen soon enough. But I must say a massive thank you for coming along and tuning into today's video. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and then get the bell icon as mentioned before. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and scan and see more content like this on the channel, on the end screen will be some options for you guys soon enough. On the left hand side would be my most recent video here on the channel. On the right hand side would be the full playlist of unboxings done here on the channel. In the middle will be where you can subscribe. But until next time, guys, fly safe, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.